Alright, since the last video I did, what did I do in this bathroom? I got quite a bit of work done. Let me show you. First of all, I sanded all the drywall down nice and smooth, and then I primered the walls. What I used was a drywall primer. This is just to get rid of the to seal up the drywall pretty much. So I used it on this part, this bump out. I did it on the ceiling and this wall over here and that little section there. And then I used oil-based primer Original Kills on the plaster, which is this part here, around here, and then right here. And then a little bit on the other side there. So that's done because the oil primer is better for plaster walls. Alright, so now I'm ready for paint. So I did use some ultra pure white, which is the whitest white you can get. Okay, it's a semi-gloss, and that's what I used on my crown. 2 coats. Also did over here, I primed here, and I primered this bottom with oil-based primer on both sides. So look at that crown up there. Paint is just beautiful. Now if I would have just slapped this together with some no crown or small crown, it wouldn't nearly come out as nice. So alright, it's time for paint now. I'm painting the ceiling first, and the color I'm going with is Behr Ultra, and this is Gallery White, and I'm using 6-inch microfiber brushes, and that's just because it's such a small ceiling up there. I don't really need the 9-inch roller. Alright, there's the second coat dry, and this is called Gallery White by Behr Gallery White by Behr Ultra. It's a little more expensive one. I got the cheaper Behr. This is this one costs I think $32 a gallon. It's supposed to be a little bit more durable than the cheaper Behr products at Home Depot. And it looks pretty nice, I have to say. It has a tint of like gray in it, very, very light tint. So it gives it a two-tone look. So when you look at the white, because I did the Crown Ultra Pure White. It's the whitest you can get at Home Depot. And as you can see, if you look at it in the video, you should be able to see that the ceiling looks a little darker than the crown. And that's the look I was going for. And now we're going to go and put another white on the walls, but it's going to have an undertone, a blue undertone, instead of it just looking all one color. And especially when you do crown, if you do like the same color, if I would have did ultra white on the ceiling, that crown would have got lost in the ceiling. When you look up at the crown, it won't kind of look three-dimensional to you, because all the color will be kind of blinding that three-dimensional image of the crown. So you want to do different colors if you want your crown to pop out at you. Alright, just finished up the paint here. 2 coats of the Ice Sculpture is what it's called. It's got a blue hue to it. It's the bottom one. And then I have Gallery White in the ceiling, and that has like a little grayish tint to it. So it's gray tint, blue tint, and those together look really nice. This centerpiece, this bump out that I built, I did that one also Gallery White. So that has like a lighter appearance compared to the blue behind it. And I did it on the side here, and then this is the Ice Sculpture. So it gives it a bluish gray tone in the center. It gives it a two-tone look, which I like. I didn't want to just have it all the same color. I wanted it a little different. And it came out wonderful. And this is a satin sheen for the bathroom. I didn't want to go semi-gloss. And I didn't want to go eggshell. That'd be too dull for the bathroom, because the shower is in here. When you get some steam, you do want it to have some protection. Even though I'm using green board sheetrock in here and there's plaster, still want that extra shine just in case somebody forgets to turn on the fan or something when they're taking a shower, or they're taking a shower for a very long time. Yeah, satin shows everything. So if you're using satin or semi-gloss, make sure your walls are pretty flat as you can get them, because they will show a little bit at an angle where you have little imperfections. Alright, here it is, next day after it's dried. It does look a lot different with the light of the sun. It's not snowing right now, so can't really see too much of the sun, but I came in here and turned the lights off. You can see it doesn't look too blue, it looks a little more gray. And the ceiling looks a little more white, has a white color to it. And that secures the base. Alright, so I got my 2-inch pipe. I got it cut just enough so it fits in there. And just test fit and making sure this fits up in there just right. And it seems like we're good. Perfect. Alright. So I gotta glue this up. Very easy to do. Anyone could do this. Put it in, turn a quarter, hold for 30 seconds. And that's it. That's how you glue up plastic PVC. There we go. There's the drain. This is a P-trap. And it has where you could disconnect here if you ever have to. What I'm planning to do is plaster this back up, but leave this one section here with the sheetrock, 2 layers of sheetrock, just in case I ever have to get in here. We're just gonna dump it in, you know, like that. First of all, we're gonna make sure this thing drains. All right, it's going in the right direction. All right, so when I tell you, when I go down below, go in and dump the whole bucket in there, and I'm gonna see if it leaks down. Go on and dump the water. Feel the water coming. Oh, okay, enough, it's leaking. All right, so this seal here is not lined up right, or it's not in there right, so it's dripping out from right here. I gotta see why. I gotta undo it and see what the heck's going on. All right, so I refitted this again and again, and I got it where it was not really dripping, but you could see a little water here. I don't like that, so I got some of this true blue. It's a pipe thread sealant. It's made for all kinds of different stuff, metal, plastic. Well, I'm gonna gunk this up in this groove here on both sides, and hopefully when I get that together, this is gonna keep it from, you know, ever leaking in the future. I wish I didn't get the screw on type, and I wish I would have just got the glue on. All right, you can see that I applied it to both sides, and now I'm gonna stick these together and hopefully no more leaks. All right, just got that tightened up, and I even used a pipe wrench and did a quarter turn just to go a little bit further this time. And again, this true blue pipe thread sealant, it's a vibration resistant. It talks about, it says, designed for sealing vibration prone NPT connections for use on all metal and PVC, PE, and FRP plastic pipes. So this should be good for this. And originally, when I did the video the first time, it was leaking from here because I think it was crooked a little bit, cockeyed. And so then I refitted it, and then it started leaking. Well, it wasn't really leaking, but you could see water getting through the seal slightly. So you could see like a little water ring here, but it wasn't really dripping too much. But, you know, after running the shower for, you know, 20, 30 minutes, you can eventually get that to drip. And that's why I used the sealant. And then also this thing, I had to pull it a little bit to the left, and then I tightened it with the bracket here, with the screw, to keep that from pushing back that way. which will make this go cockeyed again. So got to keep that nice and tight there. I think we should be good. I'll let this dry for about 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then I'll do another test run and see if it's still. The piping system may be placed into immediate service. So that means I can test the water right away. I don't have to wait for it to cure or whatever. So yeah, good. Hopefully this does the job, because if not, I'll take that P-trap off and just get one that's a glue-on type on both sides, PVC to PVC, instead of having something that, I don't know why I got, I guess because it was already put in there like that, so I just kind of bought the same one. But ever in the future, if I have something to run into this, I will not do a P-trap with the screw-on type unless I'm able to access it. You know, in this, it's not really accessible. So, all right, I think we got success. Success, yes. No leaky leaks. Go for it, do it all. Nice and dry. All right, that's it for that. All right, so this is 1/2-inch board that I'm installing, because it's gonna mount flush with this sheetrock. All right, left a 1/8 inch gap at the bottom there. 1/8 inch at the bottom and on the sides, and I use some screws to fill these. Mount these down. So I'm going to have to cut this insulation. Alright, so I'm installing this bottom niche, and I'm using a small level, make sure it's in the middle, and turn it this way, make sure this thing is slanted down. Okay, you don't want it perfectly level, because if you do, and then water gets on there, well, that water is not going to be able to go down. There we go. Nice and level. Perfect. that's where I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna stop this video right here, and I'll be working on this on the next video. I'll be doing the tile work. Porcelain tile, Carrara, and Carrara marble and granite in certain spots as well. But yeah, it's prepped and ready for tiling. So any materials I used in this video, I'll put it in the description below.